Gentlemen, so we're going to get rolling here once the group to our right side gets going. So we'll decompress our parking brake, select first gear, and then follow me on out here, Kevin, followed by Jeff and then Brian. Remember all those techniques that Ian just went over in the classroom with you? All the, throttle steer, understeer, oversteer, how to correct each of them and what induces them. That'll help you easily, sort of fix any mistakes that you may encounter out there and how to diagnose it so you know what to do different so you don't encounter the same thing again. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll out behind this group here, so let's get up to speed right away. So follow me on Kevin, Jeff, Brian, stay single file, get up into third gear. Get some heat building those tires, sitting there cold for a half hour or so, want to get as much grip as possible as far as so far right into that racing line. Unwinding the wheel, squeezing on the throttle coming off, roll into it, get a early upshift into fourth. Carrying your speed coming into turn one. Getting ready on those brakes, getting ready for that downshift process. Wait for that turn orientation on it, easing in that wheel, looking into that curve, bring the left foot tires all the way up to those exits there. There you go, Kevin, looking good. Add that steering input, looking into the curving. Up to four, looking up to the number one sign. That brake, looking down the hill, looking for that apex curve and straight. Then once you get that curving, squeezing the throttle, and then full throttle by there. There you go, Kevin. Roll into it up to fourth. Early on those brakes, get back down to the third. Back the curve and turn four. There you go. Take a little brake just to get the car rotated into five. Again, squeezing that throttle. Nicely done, roll into the gas. Up to fourth. Early getting on those brakes, back down to the third here, gentlemen. Now we're trying to maintain that line to hug the left side here into the exit of 6, getting ourselves set up to the exit. Get it back over there. There you go, that was about as wide as I'd like to go there, Kevin. So you're right at that limit. Try not to, take advantage of too much more space. You're going to notice that it's going to be more difficult to make your line correct going into the exit. Solid good. Remember, curve to curve, like we were talking about Ian in there. Being able to connect the dots through here and try to find that point where you can hold the wheel in one position. It'll take a little bit of doing, it'll take some practice for sure, but it can be done. Light brake, get it set up into 10, looking over into our apex. Barely keep those left side tires on the asphalt, roll into the gas here with me. Full throttle up to fourth. Riding that brake, looking in, nice and smooth. Squeezing in that throttle on the exit. Looking over to that apex here too. Looking up to number one sign, big wide arc. Wide brake, get it in the corner. On one coming off. Good exit there, roll, you stay into the gap. Early in that brake, looking over. Light brake, get into the apex of 5. There you go, looking good. Up to fourth. Early on those brakes, down to third. Back over, there you go. Looking in, stop at apex. On line, perfect. Light brake, let it rotate in. Curve to curve. There you go, keep cutting nicely done. That looks pretty smooth there. I don't think you did too much steering adjustment there, Kevin. That was good. Light brake to get in, looking over to the apex. Balance. And we're just going to back up pace down just as far as we're going to get everything gathered up here. We have one more lap up front before we do our rotation. So there you go, Jeff. Round your way around, and Brian as well. Alright, we'll start accelerating here. Kevin, get on the gas. Jeff and Brian, stay on it. You'll catch us into the corner. Stay in third gear here. There with me. Third brake, Kevin. Alright, on those brakes. Getting that front end to come down. It's light brake pressure to get the car turned. Then transition your foot to that throttle. Looking over to the right. Third balance, rolling the throttle. Looking up that number. Put that power down. Push that curb, let it push you off. I like to aim for the very start of the curbing here on the exit. I like to get my car pointed right at it. That was perfect. Staying on the gas. There you go. Early on those brakes. Looking over to the left. Looking over once again. Spot that apex. Touch it with the left side tires. There you go. Squeeze on that throttle. Put that power down. There you go. On the gas. Wide open. Early to fourth. That brake gradually, let the car cut back over. There you go, getting down, a little full throttle action here. Right to that brake to get the car to rotate. Nice run so far, light brake, get the car to drive on the nose, rotate in. There we go. Now we're going to back it down. I'm going to have you cut over to the right side there for me, Kevin. So Jeff, I'm going to just continue at my pace. Once you round around turn 10 there, you're going to be up behind me in the lead car, followed by Brian. And then Kevin back behind Brian there in the yellow C7 and C30. So stay on the gas there, Kevin, Jeff. And Brian, catch up to me into the corner. I'll do the third car there, Kevin. Get on that brake there, getting that downshift done. I'm going real slow here, so just keep on driving a little bit up to me. There we go. There you go, looking through turn 2 here, there is me, Jeff. Look for that apex. Looking over up to the number 1 spot. Wide brake, carry those brakes to get it in. Touch the curve and then point and shoot. Unwind the wheel, let it build itself out. Right brake to get into the apex before. Squeezing on the throttle on the exit. There you go, good exit there. Looks like we had to add a little bit of steering on that exit, just like we might have turned in just a touch early, but you got to where you needed to be. Get down to third gear there with me. Park the left side. Good exit, squeezing the throttle, and then a little brake to help it turn into 8. Up the curve here in 10, really put that power all the way on the throttle. There we go. Roll into it there with me. Gas. Stay on the gas. Wait for it, up the floor. Down the field, light on that brake pressure, looking over, looking into the apex. There you go, let it unwind to the white line. And gradually add that steering input here, let it hit the compression there right before the apex. Squeeze coming on the gas, wide open. Ready? Up to 4. Bottom that brake coming out, keeping it out wide. Light brake pressure, looking over to the right. Squeezing the gas here there with me. Roll into the throttle there with me, Jeff. There you go. Guys are building that pace up the course. Riding that brake, waiting for that turn in, looking over left. Alright, we're going to clear this group here. Let's keep it all the way to the right side here, guys. Getting on that throttle, getting up and forth here. Looking over right. Gas to that apex. Apex to apex, go with me. Nice and smooth, curve to curve there with me. There you go, Jeff. Hit that late apex on the exit of AB. That way we can set ourselves up in the 9. Early on that brake pressure, getting that car to rotate. Easing off that brake, and then right back into the throttle. Carry that brake just a little bit to help that nose settle in. There you go. Roll into the power. Full throttle from there, Jeff. Ease off just a little to turn in and start gradually working your foot closer and closer to the floor. Looking for the 1. Light on that brake pressure. Let it on 1. Down third. Use the curve and 4. Heavy on that curve. Light on that brake and raise the bottom inside of 5. A little early on that turn, and the turn just a touch later, and that'll make that a little bit more natural coming off the corner. Looking over left, light on that brake. There you go, looking good there. Light on my brake here, just let it settle in. Balancing with the throttle. Remember that throttle steer technique you can use right through here, mainly in turn 9's a good place. Ease off that throttle right after you make your turn in there, just help the car cut in a little bit. Looking over right. There we go, nicely done. Alright, so we're going to do a rotation here. So Jeff, I'm going to have you shift over to the right. Sorry. Jeff over to the right, right behind here, Brian. I'll start getting back in the gas, followed by Kevin, then Jeff right behind Kevin there in the white car once he clears you. Start getting on that brake here, gentlemen. Good rotation there. Thank you. Looking in the right there. Looking over to the right. Stop that apex early. Aim for the number 1. Brake, looking over right. Squeeze coming off, let her unwind. Jam once again, stop the apex of 5. Quick on those hands, good turn in, there you go, good exit. Both of you gentlemen looking good there, Jeff, or Brian and Kevin, Jeff as well. Good line, everyone. Out of that brake, getting that turn in 6. Looking for that turn in. Next stop here, apex to apex. Looking over left, really quick, squeezing in, then just easing off to let it cut. Then right back to the throttle briefly, then right to the brake. There you go, Brian. Use this curving here, just kind of be smooth with it. Then roll into it, heavy on that right foot, really get on the gas. The 4th. Looking into our apex of 2. Squeeze on the throttle. Looking in, stop at apex downhill early. Aiming back over to the right. Right that brake coming in. In the third. Bottom that brake pressure. Start gradually bleeding off after you start turning the wheel. Looking over left. Squeeze into it. Looking over left. Once again, slight brake. Follow me on out here, Brian. Put all the way down. Got it there. Grab that brake. Start bleeding off that pressure. Get to the curve. Squeeze coming off. Riding that brake to get on the entry. Squeeze them on. There you go. Roll into that gas there with me. Riding that brake early, getting down the third. Looking over left. Nice.